Jun saw, or not this exact list. We played a list very similar to this. We lost playing for the trophy against Tron. Jun definitely felt like a really reasonable place to be. So I should have had 3 lists ready to go. So the big differences were that I was playing 1 less Inquisition. I really wanted to play 6 discard spells, and then I was playing 4 Ragavans, and so 1 less Inquisition, 1 Fable of the Mirror Breaker, 4 Ragavans. And then, like, the more I was looking at the deck, the more I'm like, I really want 4 Fables in the deck. Just, the mana generation plus, like, card filtering with the ring is, like, so good, and I really wanted, like, I think Fable's, like, the best 3-drop for this deck by a lot. Copying Bowmasters is cool, copying Goyf is cool, copying Saga tokens is cool. I really wanted to play 4 Fables, and I really wanted to play 6 discard spells. And so what I did was, I just cut the Ragavans, and I'm like, well, this looks really freaking good, and this may end up still being the better version. And I'm obviously not saying Ragavan's a bad card, but it has been feeling much worse in the Bowmasters metagame. So, like, for the Jun Saga build, this is kind of what I was looking at. And I'm like, well, what if we cut the Saga targets in the Sagas, and then it opens up a couple other slots too, because you don't have to play as many lands without Saga. And we play Sheoldred as our life gain effect, so we don't have to rely on Shadow Spirit. You do need to gain some life in this deck. I think if you're playing the 4 rings, and as we've seen in other shells, Sheoldred is a really good way to do that. And to me, this looks like the best build of Jun that I have together at the moment. I'm a little bit scared of the Living End matchup with this configuration without, like, the main deck Nile Spell Bomb. So we're playing, Leyline of the Void in the sideboard, which is, like, pretty extreme, and a Chalice. And you also do lose Giganta with this configuration. That being said, I think, like, the combination of Fable plus Ring probably means you're not too worried about, like, running out of stuff to do. I don't know, the list looks really very clean to me. Very, like, just exactly where I want to be with Jun. Like, clean 21 lands, 5 1-mana removal spells, 2 2-mana removal spells, plus Bowmasters, 6 discard spells, Ragavan, Wrenn, Goyf, Fable, Ring, Sheoldred. Just kind of, like, exactly where I want the main deck to be. And I also say, we lost playing for the trophy with Jun Saga. Jun has definitely been feeling very good. I've been really wanting to play... Where is it, Jun? I've been wanting to play a Ring Bowmasters deck really badly. The Mono Blacklist was good yesterday, which is kind of like also like kind of connecting the dots here. Like, losing the Field of Ruins, losing the Dothi Voidwalkers is tough, but obviously, like, our card quality overall goes way up with these 2 extra colors. Salmon, 13 months, thank you. So we didn't cut Ragavan. I cut Ragavan from the Saga version of Jund, but thinking that it was right to cut Ragavan from that build, maybe I still wanted to play Ragavan, so I ended up thinking that I just wanted to cut the Urza Saga targets instead. How did I set a number of lands? Jun used to play 24. 22 lands. Now we have a no-lander. An awkward 6. We'll keep. We'll put back the Wrenn. Can't cast it. I think Denial is a good card into Death Shadow, or Spell Priest is a better option. And Grixis Shadow, which is like the only good Shadow deck, I think. I would definitely just play Spell Pierce instead. And also, like, Drown is pretty good. They have a ring in their hand. Good to playtest against 4-color first thing. Thoughts on Invasive Surgery versus Orvar and Delirium Focus deck? I mean, it just kind of depends, like one, you should maybe just be playing more Spell Pierces. I'm so high on Spell Pierce, I would recommend maxing out on that card before... there's Scape Shift. With halfway. I would recommend maxing out on Spell Pierces before any of the Delirium counterspell, but you can play 1. Do you think it's 4-color having a basic mountain? Yeah, I guess so. Good read. Alright, pass back. So the beginning to cover, when did we make room for it? Yeah, we did. I don't know. Like I guess This is a good time to pitch the subscriptions. If you subscribe, there's no ads, but it's also like, you know, you can rewind the VOD and watch the deck tech. But I prefer not to just do the whole deck tech again. Yeah, I think you need land-based accelerants with Halfling. Well, Halfling is really good for what it's worth. Fleecepaint, 23 months. I've been liking Decay and considering Sultai Shadow. Why are you liking Abrupt Decay? This is like the one. Like, they're like 4-drops are like more popular than ever. It's like we're living in like 4-drops living end metagame. It's like Yawgmoth, One Ring, Omnath, and then like living end is like kind of some of the things we're trying to target here. So they drew another ring. Was I supposed to? I guess I was supposed to respond to. Ring being cast. Armature 15 months, thank you. When am I leaving for PT testing? The 21st. Please win again, thank you for the 23. Okay, so double Bowmasters can punish the ring pretty hard. Yeah, Abrupt Decay good against Delver, that is true. Yeah, I think testing on the leagues can get better with the All Access Pass. People are playing all the Lord of the Ring cards. You previously said black was the weakest color in Modern Buyout for a while. How much does Bowmasters do to address it? Bowmasters plus Sheoldred being a really good card has been a big boon to black. White attack versus ring protection. I just forget like everybody else. Alacrid 19 months, thank you. Opponent deep in the tank. Yeah, I probably just should have main phased this. Surprised they're getting in. Surprised that, like, I guess they're just not tapping the ring on their turn if they're gonna attack. Don't think I'm gonna be bothering with the halfling here. So they have 13. If they have a, like, you know, land ramp effect, oh wow, another Bowmasters. Okay, well, let's learn from our mistakes. So they're at 5. They take 2 from their upkeep. They can't tap the ring. And then if they go like Explorer, Grazer into the Scape Shift, we die. Blue-white, so probably it's a fairy, which they can't minus. They die as soon as they minus it. Although they can bounce the ring and replay it. Oh, Explorer kills them. That's right. Oh no, they can't bounce the ring. They die if they bounce the ring. Yeah. Okay, where are my Nassif Amass copy pastas? Just 3 Orcish Bowmasters, good enough. Weird game. I'm gonna bring in the 3rd Sheoldred. They're playing Halfling, which is so weird. Probably just go like down to Terminate. Push is probably a bit better. They probably bet they have Dryad and Omnath. I don't think Terminate hits anything that Push doesn't. I think the bolt to the face is also really key. Could play 1 extra copy of Boseiju. Let's do that over Fable number 4. Yeah, Boseijuing Valakut is not like a really good plan, but they might have Binding, they might have Dryad. A little more Boseiju is fine. Why isn't anybody playing ways to exile the ring? I mean, exiling the ring is just like not that good a way to fight it outside of like Binding, which is just a good generic card overall. Like in this deck at least, I would rather play my own rings, Sheoldreds, and Bowmasters. So I have Sheoldreds and Bowmasters to fight opposing rings, and I have my own rings also. So I don't really feel like I need to be playing Haywire Might or Cast Into the Fire. There are some decks that like it's like for me, basically all the decks that could want to play a way to exile the ring, I would rather just be playing a ring deck myself. And like maybe play some cards that are instantly good against it, like Binding, Arsat, Sheoldred, Bowmasters. Is Cast in the Fire that bad? I mean, it's just not that good. You have 75 cards you can put in your modern deck, and Cast in the Fire is like pretty mediocre relative to the power of other cards you can play. Even playing copy effects like Metamorph to fight the ring. It's just like, just play your own rings. I don't know. It's just like, these are like really, really generic questions. I think, you know, maybe it makes some sense in theory, but in practice, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to play Phyrexian Metamorph in your main deck. Good old Wrenn and Six. Notably, they haven't played a fetch land yet. So we could go for Goyf or Bowmasters. I think I'm gonna go for Bowmaster. Just play your own stupidly priced card, ain't it? Oh my gosh, this is like, this is a brew stream. This is like a competitive stream. You know, obviously, like not playing Bring for pricing is fine, but to say like we're trying to like tune tier decks for the Pro Tour. That's like the focus of the stream. This is like not complain about the price of cards. The people who are it's like the complaining about prices of cards at literally any point in my stream's history has always been like a viable complaint. It's prices have always been bad and expensive. It would be great if they were lower, but it's just like this is so tired. Actually, Magic cards are expensive. We know. It's just the like least helpful, adds nothing to any conversation ever. Point. It's like the most like Reddit upvote nonsense. Imagine the stream if I have to preface every single like strategic competitive decision for deck building with, but I know this card is really expensive and I know it's hard to afford, so this is only for those who are trying to like tune competitive list and trying to build like the best version of something. Imagine if I just prefaced every comment with this. Also, there's the All Access Pass available. So for $25 for 2.5 weeks, you can have access to every single card for the 2.5 week period, which is, you know, what's what I'm doing here. I think regardless of the issue pricing, having the best answer to card being playing the card yourself is not a sign of a healthy meta. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. The ring does not seem like it is creating a very healthy metagame at all. That is absolutely true. Like the best way to beat the ring is to play your own ring, or like this is like your answer. You know, you really want to play it yourself. This is a big problem for sure. Pure Brain 9 months ago, thank you. I do like Bowmaster a lot. Like, I mean, this is the ring is like a really like horrible design, and like this was a huge mistake, but other than that, they made one mistake. But again, it's these kind of comments that are just like, they just add nothing to a conversation, and you just say this kind of stuff because you feel so smart. You feel so smart, and you feel just like I don't know. It's just so dumb. There's scape shift with the ring. I don't think they have creativity. Although maybe they have creativity in their deck. No, they have halfling. There's no way they have creativity. So we're really hoping to draw a Thoughtseize. Oh, they didn't have a land to play this turn. It's actually huge news. Oh, also the ring protects me from scape shift. I don't really feel like there's a good chance there's a lot of, like, great Inquisition targets over there, so I'm just going to attack with the Goyf, I think. This Burn... Yeah, Burn I think is likely really, really good right now. I can't remember the last time I beat Burn. Would have been playing basic Decklist, really solid. Yeah, I think so too. Just like playing a Bowmaster plus ring deck. I like them on a Blacklist a lot, and so I want to be playing Jund too. Like, when we played Jund last time, we, like, lost playing for the 5-0. How does All Access Pass work? Do you get access to playsets? Yes. If you get the All Access token, so here's how it works. You go to Magic Online. You go to the store. You buy this event token. This gives you access to every single card in Magic Online, full playsets, everything, with the exception of alternate art secret layers. That's the only thing you don't get with it, but you can play, every card is available, just not every like art of every card, but most arts of every card. And then this also lets you enter a tournament too. I guess they can still validate my board pretty hard, huh? And Alpha Beta Unlimited cards? You should. Do you not? Surely you have like access to Black Lotus and stuff. All the cards are available on Magic Online, but yeah. Well, really not? Not legal in the next format. Yeah, I think that's the problem there. And these cards don't stay in your collection, but they are available for you to use. Alright, let's go to game 3. What tournament? I don't know. I don't usually play the tournament. I just usually do the All Access Pass. What is the reason for rental program when you can play with the new access thing? The access thing is not. It's not always available. It's available for limited times. If the All Access token was always available, there would never be any point to a rental service. But the token is available for. It's probably available like 4 times a year or something like that for like 2 or 3 weeks. Cards have 0 value. Yeah, that's true. This is definitely... I think this is the kind of hand where I want to lead on Inquisition over Ragavan. It's just a disaster if my opponent has a Lightning Bolt. Not that we've seen a Lightning Bolt yet, but the game could just end immediately against one. And also getting to go like Ragavan, second discard spell on turn 2 would be pretty good. But this is Shadow yet? Not yet. It's I want to get to it today. Puts on a mold of 5. Like, it's the mold of 5. I think I'm still on the Inquisition plan. Okay, so they have a Halfling. Yeah, so we're just going to take Wrenn and Six now. They can't even play the Halfling turn 1 with their mulligan. And then... we still have the Bolt for the Halfling anyways. Gotta say, Halfling is not looking great in their deck. I'm going to take the 4-drop here. Oh, sorry. I meant to take Dryad. I meant to take the Dryad and not the... and strand them with the 4-drop. And then that was what I was gonna say out loud, and then my brain is like, just has the word 4-drop in it. So Dryad might be a speed bump. This is still kind of fine. Obviously, like Dryad without like a lot to do is still blocking my Ragavan. We have some answers to it in the deck. We have a lot of good top decks. Didn't hit a spell off the Ragavan though. So Dryad, mystery card. If the mystery card's a land, they probably play it. Probably not a land. We still have Revolt for Fatal Push in the hand. Where is Gigantha? Maybe Inquisition is just not playable. Looks like they're not top decking a land this turn either. Another Dryad? It's pretty good. Sheoldred, Ring, not a Wrenn. Damn it. Duress more than I-OK? That almost is definitely not true. We only have 2 Inquisitions in the deck, and I think that's still fine. Yeah, we know that copying Ring still gives protection. They discarded a land, which is pretty surprised at them having Ring as the other card. I know they can cast it off the treasure. I haven't been impressed by Ragavan. Yeah, maybe we tried the Jund Saga idea. So like I straight up think that like Ragavan is the cut from Jund Saga, because like this is the 64 I want to play. And like I just feel like in Jund Saga, Ragavan is the card that gets the axe. I just like playing with and against Ragavan. The card has been so blah. They should have drawn on their turn to try to find a land, I think. I guess we'll play it out, but... Halfling in this current gem list. I don't like that Halfling doesn't cast, like, your Terminates and your, like, discard spells very well. I don't know that I was definitely considering Halfling. Halfling, I wonder if it's better than Ragavan. This is a bit awkward to like go Halfling and then maybe it's, I guess it's kind of tough to like be that choked on this mana. Is Wrenn and John without Saga to recur? No, Wrenn and Six is still pretty broken, I think. I think 4 bolts is wrong in Jund Saga. It's probably worth this for 22 months. Can you expand on that a little bit? Because like, is this like, I really think I'm just like dying for you to play more Fatal Pushes, Spike? Because for me, with like the rings especially, I really want to be on 4 bolts, so like you can just draw into them in close games. Why Halfling instead of High? Because you want to dork? He's got 2 deafness. Make sure 4 drops uncounterable. It's way better than Halfling. Why no Bowmasters? We have 4 Bowmasters in both of the Jund builds. I found with Bolt in Saga, it doesn't answer nearly enough of the threats that Jund is actually worried about. And the best avenue for Jund to close games, beyond a doubt, is Wrenn Saga looping. Well, okay, so you disagree with the point that now that the Jund Saga plays the ring, you disagree with the point that like you would rather have a bunch like the 4th bolt before the 2nd push, because also like again I'm not trying to yell, I am trying to genuinely have a discussion here. You are saying, is your suggestion literally how many pushes over how many bolts do you want to play, and are you also saying that you disagree that with the ring card advantage you don't just want a pile of bolts to draw into in close games? I'm just trying to make sure I understand. I'm not trying to argue. I am just trying to understand. Corvus, 28 months. Thank you. Because I also disagree that like looping Urza Saga is like this amazing way to close games now that like the ring exists. I think that that's just like no longer enough a lot of the time. Damn it. Go back and watch the VOD. Don't complain to me. Shukin with the 5-pack. 5 people that can ask me questions uninterrupted now. Thank you, Shukin. Did I see like the mono black list? You mean coffers with the ring? We were playing mono black without coffers yesterday, and I was actually, you know, I know it sounds a little weird, but I was liking it a lot. We have 2 Terminates to kill this Elishnorn, and the Terminates are going to be pretty taxed with them having double Omnath. They do have 2 Omnaths. I subbed because the ad cut your response off. Good. I wasn't complaining you should run them. I was just saying that. I wasn't complaining you should run them. I was just saying that's why I wasn't refuting. I'm confused. I'm confused now because I was genuinely trying to have a conversation with you about like the Fatal Push, Lightning Bolt split, and I'm not trying to like argue, and I'm not trying to yell or anything. I feel like sometimes I come across. I'm genuinely asking you, what do you think the Fatal Push Lightning Bolt split should be? If that's what you're saying, that you should play less than 4 bolts and more Fatal Pushes. But it's okay. We can also move on if you want. Just dying to talk about Fatal Push Lightning Bolt with someone, please. I thought y'all were Junda players. So shout out to the Triumph. Triumph may be bad now. I haven't tried Teferi, who slows the sunset yet. I kind of don't think I will. It's like the card still just kind of sucks when you don't have Ring and or Lotus. Doom with the gifted sub to Queek. Thank you, thank you. An argument to take Omnath to make Fury more awkward to pitch. Maybe. Blaze, tier 1, thank you. 4 bolt, 2 push is maybe better. I think bolt is better than push. I think so too. So right now we have 4 bolt, 1 push. We can play the second push over the second Inquisition. They don't have any white mana, so I'm just going to draw now. If they had white mana, I would not tap the ring yet. That was black-white coffers. It was fine. It was fun. Honestly, I really like the mono black list with no coffers. Like, of all like the black based lists I've been playing, that was the one that I liked the most. Basura, 20 months. Thank you. So they get another Omnath. Their hand is 3 Omnaths. The presence of Yogg and 4 color. Yeah. It's a good argument for more Fatal Pushes. Although Fatal Push, I don't know, it kills Omnath, but Bolt also targets their Planeswalkers and their life points, which are both maybe more relevant. Do you have any takeaways from testing? Ring good, Bowmaster good? Those are the takeaways I feel comfortable sharing right now, yeah. Voidwalker seems much better than Goyf. I've been liking Goyf a good amount, in the Jund Saga list at least. And also, like, it's very awkward to have Wrenn and Six and Voidwalker in your deck at the same time. It have double black and red-green is dicey. His hand is currently 2 Omnaths and 3 mystery cards. Ranger, 13 months, thank you. I've been running 2 push, 2 bolt, 2 terminate, 1 pulse. Liking 2 might in the main as an answer to opposing rings. I find Ragavan to be incredibly important because Jund is really good to use extra mana from Ragavan. Treasures go context, worst case scenario, Ragavan is basically a red Thoughtseize a lot of time. Yeah, I mean, Ragavan is good. Ragavan is a good card. But it's also been feeling like much worse than it ever has lately. But I am on board with the thesis that Ragavan is good. Thank you for taking the time to write that out. I'll take that into consideration. I probably won't play a Pulse. I don't think Pulse is very good right now. Why did ping Halfling? So if they had another card draw effect, I'd kill the Halfling. Which, like, with them having Omnath mana, there's like a pretty good chance they'd like play it to Varian minus. Okay. I guess let's go ahead and attack with our Goyfs first. Weird to just like leave the Omnath in play, but knowing they have 2 more Omnaths, just let them have it. Yeah, I'm playing 4 Thoughtseize 2 Inquisition. Shadow Sphere is very good. Shuts off Ring Indestructible. That is like a really good argument for Jund Saga, turning off the Ring Indestructible. In fact, like it almost makes me just want to main deck a second Boseiju and in this list, and then main deck a second Boseiju, and then just like not worry about the Haywire Might as much. Okay, so we lose 3. Let's go ahead and draw cards 7 through 10. Kind of unreal. Look at me not attacking into protection from everything. This is character growth. Main deck Pithy Needle and Saga decks only if you're a Saga deck that's not playing Ring, but it's also like if you're like a combo deck like Hammer or Yawgmoth, maybe not also. Try to deck with Teferi for Living End and Saga for Might. And Saga for Might for Ring. No, it's just like any deck that would want to play Teferi doesn't want to play Saga that much and just wants to play their own rings instead. Like, or like Leyline Binding for Ring. Why do we terminate Omnath? I was thinking that I don't want them to gain... Like, with the Sheoldred in play, a second Omnath is going to, like, deal them 2. And so I kind of want them to tie the mana up there. Maybe that theory is, like, not that good. But I also just want to use my... I want to use my cards. I'm drawing 5 cards a turn. I want to use my cards. I want to make them use mana on Omnath. I want them to lose 2 life to the ETB effect. It seemed fine to me. I don't know. Do they not... I guess... Oh, the draw card is after the bounce. Yeah, it is funny. Sheoldred is just like a good card now. It's crazy. Where is Ring in the best cards of Modern list? So, like, for me, the best cards of Modern, like, have been Ragavan, Urza Saga, Wrenn and Six. Those 3 cards have been, like, the upper echelon, the most powerful. Mishra's Bauble, you can make an argument for also, but I think you can make a less good argument for Bauble. But those are like the cards to me. Those are the like format defining cards. And Ring I think is like in on that level iteration. We've had this conversation last week. Let me finish sideboarding real quick. Trimming Inquisition and the Fable, I think. Maybe Trimming Fable's Madness. Just run the draw. Kind of lower. I want to put the extra Sheoldred. Want to lower the curve a little bit. Okay, so I think that you can make a really good argument for several other cards also being like the next best, but I don't think Expressive Iteration, Dragon Rage's Channeler, Fury, Omnath, Solitude. I think that these are all like the next level. To me, Ragavan, Urza Saga, Wrenn and Six are the highest level of cards, and then there's lots of like staples, but like right beneath them. But I think that they're like a little bit like more clearly the format defining best cards. And I think that Ring is like also on that level, kind of above most other things. And like it's also like these are just kind of like the format definers. Like Urza Saga is a format defining card in the sense that you really have to like either be playing Saga or be playing ways to beat it in any deck. Like there's like if your deck is just going to be weak to your opponent making Saga tokens, this is a huge like error in your deck building. We know their exact hand. I can just main phase the Terminate here. This is a big error in your deck building if your deck is just incredibly weak to Saga tokens. In the same way that Wrenn and Six is like going to be like the premier 2-mana card advantage card in your mid-range decks, and it's also like the spell that like pushes like so many like 2-mana 1 toughness creatures out of the format. Yeah, definitely not wanting to play Goyf into the Pending Solitude. I'm gonna play Fable instead. If Rag is bad, can you not just play it? Yeah. So yeah, that's one thing too. Is like Bowmasters and Yawgmoth being really popular, I think are making Ragavan like worse than it's ever been. But yeah, I have a Jund Saga list with no Ragavan. I kind of want to try. T-Ray, 32 months. Thank you. So very notably, this is very weird. They don't have mana to Prismatic Ending my Ring. It's very odd. I really want to just draw a land this turn. Cool. Wish granted. I think it's good to play your Ring before your Sheoldred, usually. It would be a nice time. I know you don't like to make financial advice, but help me out. Spike, I know you don't like to do this, but can you just do it anyways? Please? Please, I don't know. I you know, one reason like I don't like to comment on financial stuff is I don't like to think about it. I don't like to solve these problems. I don't care. You know, it's just like I buy cards if I need them for paper tournaments, and I use an online rental service, and I just like to not think about like the financial impact of cards at all. It's not very interesting to me, and I get cards, I trade for cards and buy them if I need them, and I don't if I don't. And that's about it. I think Bangkok will make it rounds of PT testing. I don't. I think it's just like I just don't. I want to be playing a fair deck with the ring, not a fair deck without the ring. So it looks like they're holding up their Solitude here. Let's go ahead and take a damage. Flip our Saga. Go to combat. Do I bling my paper decks? No. Sometimes I'll buy like a nicer edition of an art if it's like about the same price. But you know, the collection side of the game is just not really what I'm into. So no second Solitude is nice. Let's go ahead and also throw a Thoughtseize over there. Oh, they're just not pitching the Solitude, which is, I think, a huge punt. They stop me from gaining 4 life, and then they're just free to tap their ring for 3 next turn. Does the ring not feel well into Bant Rebirth? It might. It might. You can maybe throw a Goyf at them next turn. Although they may also Prismatic Ending my Reflection. How high am I on Binding? I like Binding a lot. I've been playing Binding in a lot of decks. No, don't put Ingrass Rampage in your deck. Burn with Bowmaster's Inquiry. I've seen some lists pop up. None of the lists like look like that competitive to me. I played a good amount with Burning Inquiry decks and oh, sorry, I thought I was adding the Lucy Cam. And I've just like never really found a build that I jived with, I guess. And like like one thing I just like really don't like about the like Bowmaster is just like really good by itself. I don't think that you need to be I don't think that you need to be adding Inquiry to make the card more powerful. It's just kind of like already modern staple level in my opinion. They're binding here. And like I also really don't like that like so many cards that you would play with Inquiry also are really reliant on you drawing exactly Inquiry. Like Goblin Lord just doesn't make your opponent discard. It's just I don't know. It's just they just don't look that good to me. But they could be better than I think, but they're probably still not ever going to be PT decks. I think with no fetch land, I'm putting back Wrenn. Like, if I draw my 3rd land for the Wrenn, I can just cast all my spells anyways. And then poor Athena, she's always so clingy after the fireworks. She hates the 4th of July. Lucy doesn't mind the fireworks at all. When time comes to choose a PT deck, will be public information. You plan to sandbag it? I mean, I plan to currently do a stream the day before the Pro Tour, talking about the deck I chose to play and playing it on stream. I won't if I feel like I need to do more limited testing, or if like there's like just issues. Yeah, let's just hold up our mana here. What are they? Scalding Tar and Sacred Foundry Saga. I just don't want to play the Bowmaster or the Goyf into like a bolt here. Yeah, but those would be the like circumstances. Oh, it's breach, of course. Those would be the circumstances that I don't stream, but I want to. Yeah, the tournament is open deck list, so once the deck lists are due on July 21st, I'm happy to, like, show what the list is. Even if I'm super sure I broke it? Yeah, I don't know why it would matter. I guess the issue would be... No, I guess, hold on, I can't do a test. No, I can't do that. I can't do that stream. Because then I just give, like, I give too much information out to other, like, people who get to play test against it that night. Yeah. Yeah, I have to wait till the day of. So I can do, like, a limited stream that day. I think it's the 24th. Decklists are due the 21st. Oh, sorry, you're right. No, Decklists are due the 24th. I leave on the 21st. No, I'm all mixed up. Looking at the dates. Decklists are due the 26th, PT the 28th, I leave the 21st. Okay, final answer. You're right, I always have the dates way off. Record a video, upload a day of. Yeah, co-stream the PT. Won't they be able to see Decklist anyway? Why not just stream? Because giving the info out a day early and letting other teams play test against the deck is, you know, I guess it just kind of depends. Like, if I end up picking like a super boring stock deck, I don't think it'll matter at all. But if I end up having some like juicy tech, then it will matter a lot. 4 cards in their hand. I'm gonna discard Fable. Bowmaster is pretty good. Terminate, maybe? I don't like not having a removal spell. Lower Jund. You think I influenced the deck decision of my testing team? I mean, somewhat, for sure. So they mill over a ring. They also turn on their Mamber and their Drum for this turn. They have another ring in their hand. So they have the Imri ring thing going on. If I played Bowmasters, I stop them from tapping this ring for 2, or like at the very least they can't do that and keep their Imri. So down to 13. The heat, of course, a problem. Saw on Reddit, that's where you went wrong. The Proliferate Toxic deck. What is the Proliferate Toxic deck? Could increase in power with ring popularity. It's just these are the kind of thoughts that are like, I could proliferate the ring. I could proliferate the ring, and then I could toxic. These are the kind of thoughts that are like just not fleshed out at all. Are just kind of like vague ideas that like people haven't put like any work into like figuring out. Wait, they can't combo here, can they? They don't have a grinding station. Well, they can kill a Goyf by like shrinking it. Can they kill both of them? So they can play another Mox Amber. Oh, they play Mox Amber with Imri instead of the Breach. That probably does it. Okay, well. I'm gonna attack for 4 and play a Sheoldred. Sheoldred has been so good. It's been like just so impressive. So they go down to 6. They need to have another heat in their hand to not go to 4. Breach play ring 2. Yeah, we're currently playing against Breach with the ring right now. Damn it! Come on! Come on! Bullshit! The 3rd heat, damn it. Yeah, skill issue. They're making some mana. They're probably playing another ring. Playing another Imri. Still no grinding stations. I gotta imagine that's what they're looking for. Although they should be able to. Yeah, they win if they have. Oh, they need grinding station. How was Sun and Blood instead of Night's Whisper mono black? Any issues with 6 runes? Yeah, there were issues. Like it wasn't always castable turn 2, which is a big problem. But also, despite that being the case, like, we did win some games because we just signed and blooded our opponent, so I'm not really sure. Still no grinding station. Oh, but they can go... I don't think I've ever seen this. Just like breach Amber, breach Emery until you find a grinding station. It should be like very hard for them to brick here. Double Emery, double Amber is just the combo. Usually it's with grinding station, right? But I guess this should work too. Let them figure it out. They do go down on cards. They go down 2 cards in the yard every time they like Amber and Emery. Although there's the grinding station, but they have to go. They have to go -9 cards. It should be enough. Yeah, it's enough because they just it's enough. Okay. So we'll go to game 2. I like having Leyline and Sheoldred against them. If I just have Leyline, then they can't heat the Sheoldred. Seems kind of like an interesting dynamic. I think the first Chalice is fine. I'm gonna play it on 0. I want at least 1 more Boseiju, maybe 2 more Boseijus. I think Terminate's pretty inefficient. Looking at cutting these. Trim a ring. Is Fable good enough? Yeah, Fable could be kind of a weak link, but I do like the selection. Like, no, with having 4 ley lines, I think I want all the Fables so I can loot away drawn ley lines. I haven't tried the Ragavan list build. We may do that today. We may not do that today. Yeah, I probably need to cut a land. The extra Boseijus. Awesome. Love to see the Leyline. Maybe a bit awkward against Teferi Time Raveler. A Leyline against like Emery, Breach, and Unholy Heat on their Sheoldred seems kind of good. Pre-Lord of the Rings, you expect Crate to be number 1 negative PT. Do you still think that's the case? Not really, no. Goyf seems the best clock. I think I just have like so much. Yeah, it's worse with the ley lines in the deck, and I just think I am trying to like interact, slam Sheoldred. Seems to be the line. What are you pushing? Ragavan, Emery. I'm gonna dash. No force is bigger than sideboard? We don't have enough green cards for force. Okay. 1 less Teferi to worry about. If Tron is so well positioned, why play John? We have 4 Boseiju in the 75. I don't think John's that bad. Or Tron is that bad. So they could have Spell Pierce here. Let me just not slam the ring into it. I do think I'll just go ahead and cast the Ragavan off my treasure, though. They got 2, like, bolt targets. No, there's no downtime today. Downtime's, like, not every Wednesday. Although, for a while it was. In 8-key, how often do you Karn for Disruption versus Karn for Engine, Ring to go for the win? It just depends, but more often it's a Karn for combo. So what's this card's second Fable? Terminate, I think. Could be better to dash Ragavan. It's gonna want to slam the ring. They didn't have the Spell Pierce last turn, or like I can't imagine they wouldn't Spell Pierce the Fable. But obviously they have a draw step. Sheoldred and counterspells that Protector. I mean, it's just kind of tough to like protect your 4-drop with counter spells. It's a bit better to protect it with discard spells. But I agree, Sheoldred's been really good. Maybe we should try and find some room for some in Jund Saga. Good old dash into pro everything. Yeah, I just like, even me, I'm still like attacking into rings. It's so easy to forget. Lucy is so cute. She's a good dog. Iovine, with the 3-pack, that's for deck tech. You can post your link in chat. Yeah, there's nothing in play to remind you. Could be good to just slam second Leyline this turn. Quite the deck you got here. Let's say I immediately want to cut both Galagreeters for 4th Lonis, 4th Samwise. I know they're legendary. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I also really want to cut the Dryad Arbor. I know it's like a fetchable thing that like triggers Sam and triggers. Or maybe it's actually okay. Triggers Sam and triggers Lonis. Ginny Faye is almost I would guess would be worse than Peregrine Took. I would almost definitely play 2 Took in that spot. And then also I'm not convinced that the One Ring is correct in this list. It's obviously like a broken card and it's fine to play, but it could be better to play Court of Calling instead. You do lose Gigantha. Court of Calling does seem like really, really sick in the list though. Okay, happy to have double bolt here. Yeah, I kind of would like to try to find like maybe go down a Grist, down 2 rings, play 3 Court of Calling, or you could go down you could maybe not play birds at all. I don't think the birds are bad here, but you could go down a birds and play 4 Court. I would probably be on Court over ring for now, but maybe test both. And you get to play like more like tutor target Court targets like Haywire Might and Collector Oof for like opposing ring decks could be good. Galagreeters is deceptively good with Shatterfang. Yeah, but the thing is, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know that I'm convinced. I don't know if I'm convinced that Greeters is like playable, but it could be a bit better. Especially when like you could just play Sam and Lonis instead, which do like the same thing but are more powerful cards. So I like drawing a Bowmasters here. A bit risky to cast the Thoughtseize this game. Yeah, let's just go ahead and cast Bowmaster, ping them, bolt them, play this tapped, play Ragavan. We have Boseiju up on the construct if we want it. I'm just going to go end of turn. Copy Bowmaster. Ping them again. Maybe better to ping the Ragavan, but... What tested Plantier at all unconstructed? Seems okay in Tron. I think it seems awful, completely awful to me, to be honest. I've yet to hear anybody be like... Okay, there was one person who was like, there was 2 copies of Plantier in a Yorion Death Shadow deck in Legacy that 9-0'd the Swiss of a tournament. And that's like a very impressive sentence, but it doesn't really mean anything to me, I guess. It's quite the sentence though. But that's like that is the only review of Plantier. Like I think that if it was better than it looked, people would be like, I'm playing it in Tron and it's awesome. It's awesome. But it's mostly just like do nothing or like 3 mana scry 2 on your end step when you are behind on board, and then draw a card when you're ahead on board, which doesn't seem amazing to me. It's like for 3 mana and a Tron Shell, you know what you can play? Matter Reshaper, baby. That's a board stabilizer, if I've ever seen one. Okay, looks like a Ragavan with a Pierce Up. Pretty cool Ragavan here. Hold second line for Fable. No, with them having Teferi Time Raveler, I want to just have both Leylines in play. Good that they can't cast that. Maybe we should have got a tap land. Ooh. Probably going to be okay Boseijuing the Saga. Yeah, look, we still get to Fable the Leyline away. If the Fable doesn't get spell pierced, which it kind of feels like it will. I'm going to get a mountain, I think. Kind of choked on red mana last game with all those bolts. Okay, awesome that this resolved. Yeah, Lucy is the cutest ever. But she was kicking me in the face last night. Got inverted controls. If I tried the ring in the Eldrazi Tron Shell, no, I just didn't like not gonna play Eldrazi Tron, I guess. Should Boseiju response to Saga trigger to get mana? Yeah, probably. You gonna bolt me? Not gonna bolt me. So let's discard Stomping Ground, Leyline. I mean, my opponent didn't counter anything last turn. That being said, yeah, I think I'm just gonna slam the ring. It's like if I could maybe hold up Fatal Push, like ping and hold up push, we could go for that instead. But they didn't counter anything last turn. Just gonna slam it. Why could they not bolt? They could bolt. They chose not to, and I'm not sure why they chose not to. But maybe it's Otawara. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Cool. That was a hard thing to read. The deck is the front runner. It's your pet deck, but don't tell anybody. Real Mox Amber, which is pretty good here. Remember the protection from everything this time. Flip the Saga. Draw 2. I'm attacking their Teferi. Love that they're doing this now, so now I can go push the construct, ping their Teferi. We're gonna bolt my Wrenn. Oh, no, it's nothing. When your deck lists become public? I think the day of the Pro Tour. On Halfling or Ignoble in a Shell like this to help ramp out to 4 mana spells. Ignoble Hierarch is like close to unplayable, I think. Not completely unplayable, but like really close. It's just not a card that I am like trying to register. Yeah, I queued for the tournament at Dallas, DreamHack Dallas. So I can't let them Emery the Ring. So... Ping Bowmasters, and then... I think we're just gonna Wrenn and Six. Oop. Wish I could channel the Boseiju for one. I'm just gonna pick up the Stomping Ground play attempt. Yeah, I think this is better than pinging the Teferi. I think because I don't have like a ring in play now or a Leyline, I can just let them cash their Teferi if they want to. They have two, and they only have 2 cards in their hand right now. Third Teferi. Right, one of them got exiled. Or was that last game? I guess that was last game. I think that we Ragavan their Teferi. Should we shock in case they cash in? We have bounce the Bowmasters. I don't think so. Yeah, especially with ring in your deck, you just like can't afford to be super cavalier with your life points. So I'm going to play the Fable this turn. Boseiju is fine, especially because it maybe protects against top deck breach, but we can just try to avoid a breach for a turn. Yeah, I boarded out the Gweiss for the match. No fair. Only I should have the ring. It's my precious. Lucy. Lucy. He's like, I hear someone coming home. I love this. Okay. Get out of 9. Let's discard these 2. I was supposed to ring in response, I guess. Holding up Boseiju this turn could be nice. Yeah, why don't we just... Yeah, I like being able to hold up a Boseiju so I can Boseiju a breach and not just die to that top deck. Obviously we could ping the construct and bolt it, but also just kind of comfortable letting the construct be around for a turn. Going here to set up for a Fable combo later. I guess, sure. Doesn't feel like the most relevant part of this turn, I guess. Boseiju the Saga. I think that like I kind of want to hold up Boseiju the yeah look like if I Boseiju the Saga I just lose to the breach, but maybe I lose to the breach anyways. They don't have a bolt. I should double check for bolt. They knew I had the Boseiju. They can like triple heat here, but like this is like the only way I don't beat a top deck breach. Full auto, 20 months, thank you. Yeah, no breach deck is on Gigant anymore. You always want to play Thoracle now. Yeah, they forgot I had the Boseiju. So I go down to 5, then I go down to 3, which is boltable. So we'll respond to this by drawing 3. Because maybe just discard just Leyline. Bowmaster. I need to play the ring this turn if I don't draw something else. Is that something else? I can go 8 damage to them, then they lose 2, which is 3 short. I should just be able to go bolt onto Fairy New. I'm going to bolt them. I'm just going to bolt them. Play Ragavan now. Hold up 1 mana Boseiju for another breach, and then then they're going to take 2 down to 8, and then if they draw, I could just kill them next turn, or try to burn them out next turn. Flash and Bowmasters on 2 Ring Evolution, not lethal bolts. They have a Teferi, the Time Raveler in play. I guess maybe just like bolt the Teferi, then double Bowmasters. But then like if they just don't tap the ring, I die to my other ring. So I think it's just way safer to play my second ring here. And I don't think we've seen a lightning bolt this game. Maybe we have. So they're gonna bounce their ring. Hopefully they don't breach into escape breach. That'd be pretty gnarly. Yeah, it's not uncommon for them to play bolts, but they don't necessarily have to. And I don't think we've seen a bolt this whole match. We could also have boarded them out. Also copy a Bowmaster. So we go to 2. It's kind of risky to tap the ring, because I could just die on my upkeep really easily. It's maybe best to just go like... Yeah, what if I just... I have 6 points of burn here. Me copying Bowmaster. Yeah, I don't think I can tap my ring. Although, let's see, I guess I have 1 more bolt in the deck, which would be lethal. Oh, right, they pro everything, sorry. So I need to, never mind. This turn is really easy then. I just main phase, kill the Teferi, and then I leave up mana. They're also not tapping the ring. Oh. Seven. If turn, you can copy other Fable for lethal next turn. I'm not gonna have any problem having lethal next turn. I don't know. This is the chat suggestions have been all over the place this game, but I think I played this game really, really well. I just have lethal lightning bolt here. What a game. I also had Boseiju for the breach stills, but we may still have been dead. Troll Static, 7 months, thank you. Welcome back. Oh, we have a Sheoldred in our hand, I guess. We got a pretty good hand against burn. Honestly, Sheoldred's been so good. I kind of want to try to find room for the third in the main. Although, in this build, it's like 6/4 drops was kind of speaking to me. Alright, just play the cliffs here so we don't have to, I guess we could just get basic mountain off the foothills. So spins Rift Bolts. Sacred Foundry, Fire Islet, Mystery card in their hand. Am I cutting rings? I'm almost definitely trimming rings, yeah. Love that they played an Eidolon here. Doing just discard just the foothills. Maybe leaving this back to block the Eidolon is fine, because I don't necessarily want to block with my Sheoldred. Just bolt the Eidolon. They go down to 13. Plays the Islet. Down to 11. Yeah, I should just be able to take the hit. Yeah, take the hit them for 6. Down to 5, then they go to 3 off the Sheoldred draw, and then they can cast 1 spell. That's not enough spells. Something like this. I do want to go down on rings, essentially. Although just the pro everything is good a lot of the time. I just don't have Thoughtseize in the deck, if possible. Just up another Boseiju for... yeah, it seems okay. Well, the ring is a good way to gain life with the Sheoldred, too. Explosives ain't awful. I actually disagree. I think Explosives is awful against burn. Terminate buff. Yeah, this card looks like kills a thing for 2 mana instead of killing a thing for 3 mana, which is what EE is. EE is really often kill a thing for 3 mana. Oh, but killing... yeah, I forgot about Sanctifier. Yeah, I guess for a Sanctifier, we should maybe have the Explosives, huh? Let's not... we really need the treasure off the Ragavan. I don't think I'm playing it into the Riftbolt. Just get to play the Blood Crypt tapped is nice, too. Yeah, 4 Boseiju just, like, mostly as, like, painless land drops that can sometimes kill Eidolon. I kind of like the thought of that, too. But E over Wretched Bomb again? It's just kind of like this build, specifically. Could play Wretched Bomb and just for more creativity sideboard targets, but I'm just like not as scared about creativity as I have been with other decks. Let's go! Path to Exile my Ragavan. GG. Is Grixis Shadow Bowmasters making a comeback or flash in the pan? I want to play some today. Let's get a forest here so we can maybe Boseiju Eidolon. If they have a second path, I did just get my last basic, huh? Immediately sacking the canyon into Sheoldred again. Obviously, they probably don't have... probably just digging for another path. Yeah, it's not block. The 13. Put them down to 9. Then I think we Boseiju the Eidolon. Play a Fable. Hold the Cliffs for Fable loot. Put them down to 7. GG all land. Got pretty flooded both games. Burn definitely a tough matchup, I think, but got lucky to 2-0 them. So we started off 0-1 against Scapeshift. Get a 4-1 prediction going. Fought hard to get here. Is Dimir Murktide with Shadow playable with Bowmasters? Yeah. I mean, playable, kinda. Probably not a deck I'd bring at the Pro Tour, but like something I might want to do. Black control with Bowmasters, Narset, Sheoldred, Days Undoing. I'd be like really about it if Days Undoing worked with Sheoldred or Bowmasters, but it doesn't because Days Undoing ends the turn, so all your Sheoldred triggers and Bowmaster triggers just get exiled. Any plans for a trophy race again? Maybe after PT? I am pretty committed to doing a trophy sprint this year, which is going to be, I think, 1 week, probably, maybe 2 weeks, but probably a 1 week event where I'm doing really long streams and I'm donating a baseline to charity, and I'm also going to be donating every single time I 5-0 to a charity. Trying to get as many trophies as I can. Okay, looks like we're up against Rhinos. So they exiled Steam Vents. This Hall of the Storm Giants is throwing me off. Pending. Okay. Are they control with the Gemstone Caverns? Yep. -1 Goyf, +1 Sheoldred. I don't hate that thought. We'll chew on it a bit more. I've seen it before. Yeah, I don't know that I have. I always love when I like see something I've never seen in Modern before, like caverns and like control these days. Let's go upkeep, tap the ring again. When it's important to learn the dance against like a possible top deck Leyline binding. Like here, I don't want to tap the ring and then they use 3 mana to stop me from drawing any cards, but I'm comfortable enough to tap it here. If they top deck the binding, then I basically get to time walk them. And now I just get to, you know, totally bury them. Stern's Golden. I think I take that over the Solitude. It like lets them double spell a lot easier, and I just have like a Terminate for the Solitude. Obviously, and they also like don't necessarily have double white either. They didn't subtlety the first Bowmasters. It's kind of funny, but we will. I'll keep. It seems better than the average draw here. So I know the last card's Solitude, so we're not going to be Inquisitioning successfully, but I can just go push, ping, attack for 3. Salmon, your Lothar deck got me brewing. Awesome. Don't tell Nassif, but I'm happy to take a look. Lothar's just so cool. Stern Scolding good. It's not bad. I would not describe Stern Scolding as bad. Did I not? Tap for red. So down to 9. Play a Goyf. Maybe just bolt them now. Sure. Bolt them now so I can do the deck. So pretty similar to like the black-white list we're playing recently, and you're splashing blue for Soul Herder. I like despise Flicker Wisp in a deck without Aether Vial, or I don't know. I don't think you should play Flicker Wisp in a deck without Aether Vial. If we draw nothing, wow, we just died to our ring. Oh, not necessarily, because I can dig for more bolts in my upkeep, I guess. Is there any reason to play the Fable? So I have 2 more bolts and 1 more Bowmaster, maybe 0 more masters. But I get to put my opponent to 1, and then in response to this trigger, I get to go digging. Dead to Teferi, that's true, yeah. Teferi plus though, not Teferi minus. Yeah, well, so I have 6 looks at 3 outs and out of 29 cards. So if they drew a counterspell, they get me. Let's go! Let's go. So how many cards did we draw? 6 plus 5 plus... That's too many to count. This is what I wanted to do against them earlier. Let's just stick to that. Yeah, so I don't know that I like the blue splash very much. I'd probably just stay black-white. So if you really want to play Soul Herder, though, you can just cut the 2 Wisp or 2 Soul Herders, and then at that point you probably just want to max out on Wall of Omens over Samwise. Unless Samwise like really impresses you, and I haven't really been seeing it, then maybe not. Cyberworld looks pretty good. I like Leyline a lot. I like Lauren a lot. Yeah, Cyber looks pretty good. So some loose thoughts. Don't think you need a lot of changes. 21 cards. You did almost die to it. Lucy. Cute all the time. So cute. And you too, Athena. Thoughts of just red black rock with ring, or do you think Wrenn and Six is with the splash? Yeah, you could be. We could try just straight red black. Wrenn is really good, and so are Goyf. But yeah, honestly, this deck, but Voidwalker over Goyf, 24 lands. Yeah, we could try straight Rakdos. It's gonna really be like black red day, huh? How do the dogs do? Athena's like so traumatized by fireworks. Like when we lived in the apartment, the fireworks were insane. People were just like, you know, having World War II in the parking lot. And there weren't very many fireworks here. There were some, and Athena still got scared. But Lucy is like literally not scared of anything. But Athena was also not scared of anything when she was a puppy, and she's gotten older and a bit kind of full of anxiety now. But Lucy's not scared of anything. Although Lucy has like a tragic backstory, so I feel like it would make sense for her to be more scared. Keep this, put back the bolt. It's pretty good against blue-white. Took your old red-black list. You're shuffling a bunch. Reworked your shoulder ring to Emily Resonance. Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty reasonable. I really want to get to Grixis Shadow today. I'm kind of okay with it, like just not getting to it today though. Yeah, Lucy is tough. Yeah, yesterday Esther's parents came over and they brought over, I think it's a Shih Tzu. They're little tiny dog named Bon Bon, and Bon Bon is really cute. And most other dogs like Lucy more than Athena, but Bon Bon and like most dogs don't even like Athena because Athena is like really kind of like I think scary looking and kind of in their face. But Bon Bon loves Athena and doesn't like Lucy. It's so funny, but she just cuddles with Athena and like doesn't want to play with Lucy. So probably taking the counter spell. Okay with them reprieving because of the Bowmaster ping. Oh, they have 2 counter spells though. Guess the logic still stands. Then probably good to just make them use the mana on they return. I think Narset is better. Yeah, Narset's like a good modern card now. And so is Sheoldred. Like neither are cards that I thought were good before, but are both like good with and against the ring. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have got a Swamp, because now if they reprieve my Wrenn, I can't replay it. Night Fox, thank you for the raid. Welcome. Do you think it's better to hold Bowmaster to trap opponent or to tempo it out ASAP? I mean, tempo is a word that is losing all meaning, but just play your threats against blue-eye control. As Bombog and Orly Speaker said, yeah, Lucy really likes like as much attention as possible. So she gets a little bit bummed by it. But she's a big girl. She can grow up. Down to 9. We didn't see a Supreme Verdict earlier. Well, let's just go ahead and attack. If they do have a Solitude, we can ping the Solitude post-combat at least. Three cards in their hand. They're also not playing Kihira. I keep seeing blue-white with no Kihira. And, like, no, I don't, like, see a Snapcaster over the course of the game, but maybe I just kill them too fast. They have 2 cards. 1 card. I think here you want to tap it, even if the last card could be binding. Try to hit your land drop. Does tempo not reflect the pace at which you play threats of magic? I don't understand how that's incorrect. I'm just saying, like, in this context, I don't know exactly what you mean by tempo. Like it gets blue-white control. I'm gonna try to use my mana and get ahead on board as quickly as possible. That's tempo. But like Magic players, especially in this chat, or I don't know, in general, have a tendency to like use vernacular and use like fluffy. Oh fuck, that's what I get for rambling. I need to get red source. Tend to use like really fluffy language with like lots of terminology that like doesn't add anything to the conversation, if that makes sense. Like the Magic players have a tendency to be like, in this metagame, in a vacuum, for tempo purposes, and and to me, I just don't understand exactly what you mean. Probably should have played the ring first. Let's reprieve and creativity. I like reprieve. I wouldn't mind playing it. Like this game, I use my mana as efficiently as possible. I played Bowmasters on my opponent's turn to like mess with their counterspell mana, and that was like, was that a tempo play? You could maybe describe it as a tempo play. But I don't really feel like the way the question was phrased was like I still don't know what the original question was asking. Like, what version of Burn do you think is the best? I like the Channeler build I was playing with no main deck Rolling Vortex the other day. I like that build, but I also would cut all the Rift Bolts right now, and I would just play like I think 4 Skullcrack, 2 Helix. They're asking if you hold Bowmaster for extra trigger, or play it when you can. Oh, okay, I see. I was just confused. What like I know I got too like caught up on the word tempo, but it did like really like confuse me. But yeah. In this matchup, you want a tempo. Don't hold it for the trigger. Just get in play, and also like that should make sense, right? Because you're just gonna get the trigger later. I think the One Ring is good in Grixis Shadow. I probably wouldn't play it though. I think I'm just gonna commit to the board here. What does Ripple down? Yeah, Ring and Teferi are both like obviously Ring is a new card and Teferi is really popular, and like a lot of people have been like, oh, just don't suspend Riftbolt. Just don't suspend Riftbolt before they could play a Ring, it'll be fine. But like I just think you just don't play Riftbolt right now. So you're never like, oh, I just have to sandbag this. Oh, I have nothing else going on. I think you just don't play it. All right, so 0-1 into 4-1. We've now 4-1 with Jund Saga and this build. And I kind of want to try. Just Rakdos. You also get to play like a lot of. You lose the Boseiju stuff, but you get to play a lot of. So it's.